Hey guys, Level Cap here, and today we're going to be unlocking and reviewing all Revision 4 skins in Battlefield 1. There's a new revision each week, and if you want to see some of the previous revision skin reviews, you can check them out in the video description. Now let's start the review off on some of the universal sidearm skins. In fact, one of them is extremely cool. The number 3 Revolver, a pretty standard 6-shooter, does a lot of damage in close quarters. It's kind of a cool looking gun actually, and this is the first skin we get for it, and it's a legendary. The Legionnaire Skin gives it a golden engraved body that just glistens in the sunlight. It looks beautiful. There's so much detail on this weapon. It also gives it a nice engraved black handle as well, completely changing the overall appearance of this gun from something that looked like a blunt instrument to something that's an elegant firearm. If you're a fan of revolvers in Battlefield 1, then this is definitely a must-have skin for the game, as especially you can use it on any class. The MLE 1903 gets the second available skin released for it. This is actually a distinguished skin called the Bruiser, and it's cool looking. It's got a nice silver finish to it with some engraving on the side. Not too different from the copper finish from the last revision, but I think it's a better overall look with a nice brown handle. Also a universal weapon, and that's actually all we get in the universal sidearm category. Now I think the Scout class lucked out and got the best Revision 4 skin, especially for such a great bolt-action rifle. This is the 1895 with the Medicine skin, or you could call it the Medicine skin if you want. It's a beautiful looking skin for this weapon. Gives it a black finish to the wood with engraving on the wood, and then a gold finish for all the metal parts. Tons and tons of engraving all over the weapon body. Very distinguished, and it's just such a cool look for one of my favorite sniper rifles in the game. Now you can see the golden iron sights on the infantry variant, but when I switch it over to the sniper variant, you can also see that it looks pretty darn good with the side-mounted scope. In-game, you can even notice some of the finer engraving details on the side of this weapon, and even a cool little emblem towards the back. If there's any one skin from Revision 4 that I would say is a must-have, it's definitely this one, as it's just such a cool looking skin for, again, one of my favorite guns in the game. We get 2 more sniper skins for the Scout class. The Gewehr 98 gets this distinguished skin called the Jaeger, which adds a very familiar camo pattern that we've seen applied to many other weapons in the game. It's not a bad looking camouflage pattern and might actually serve better to conceal your weapon, or at least make you feel like you're a bit more concealed. The M1903 sniper rifle gets the Veteran Soldier skin, which is not that cool. I mean, it adds a little bit of distinguish to the weapon. It's a lighter wood color, and then you get some brass detailing on some of the metal, not all of the metal. I do actually prefer some of the two-tone metal designs with some of the weapons here. I'd say it's an upgrade from the basic thing, but nothing particularly crazy. The Scout's Bday 1889 Revolver also gets its first skin that we've seen so far. Again, it's a Veteran Soldier skin, and it's got that two-tone metal color going on. I think this is actually a pretty significant upgrade just for a basic level skin, or a special level skin as they're called. I like that the trigger itself has actually got a brass finish to it. The hammer's got a brass finish. It's just a nice looking upgrade. Probably won't be too hard to get to in just a basic battle pack. Then we have one of my favorite sidearms for the Scout class. This is the Frommerstab. It's a very tiny pistol, and the detailing on the skin is called Camouflage Shroud, is also very small. In fact, you might not even notice it, especially if you saw somebody else running by in-game. It's got like very, very subtle tiger stripe pattern to it, but for the most part, it's not that great of a skin. Moving on to the support class, we get our third and final legendary skin of Revision 4. This is called the Foch for the M1909 machine gun. And one of my favorite things about this skin is that it actually adds a bit of furniture to the weapon, in that it puts a wrapped piece of cloth around the front end of the barrel that's in addition to the model itself, where somebody could hold the barrel of this gun if you're, say, walking and hip firing with it, which is just a really cool thing. This is actually something that soldiers did do during the wars, wrap cloth around the barrel so they could hold it when it got too hot. It's got a nice bluish metal finish and a worn out looking cherry stock. In game, you can notice some of the engraving detail on the weapon body a little bit more clearly. I think it's a good skin overall. Not the most exciting legendary skin, but I do really like that cloth wrap on the front of the weapon that you can absolutely see when running around with the gun. Now we also get a skin for the support's M1912. Can it beat Revision 3's golden skin? Well, I actually like the look of this one. It's called the Hotzendorf, and it gives the pistol a silvery finish with a brown wooden handguard. Lots of nice engraving detail on the lower receiver of this weapon. The golden version does have a bit more engraving detail, but this one also has a bit of an elegance to it if you're not all about that golden bling. The pistol itself also isn't bad, but it's not necessarily my go-to support sidearm. Now, something kind of disappointing happened with Revision 4, and that is we got a repeat skin from Revision 1. I don't know if this is just a mistake, it's a one-time thing, or if we're going to start seeing a lot more revision skins, but basically the BAR M1918 got the Warhorse skin again. It's an excellent looking skin, probably one of my favorites in the game. It gives the weapon a silver body with a nice wooden stock that's engraved and just lots of cool detail. It's a really, really elegant skin, but we've already seen it in the first revision of battle packs, and I think it's really disappointing that we're getting a duplicate already. And if that is the case, it means that going forward, we're probably going to see more and more duplicates in the future revisions, making each battle pack worth less and less as we go. I think DICE needs to make sure that we don't see any more duplicates down the road. Otherwise, the battle pack system is just going to really start sucking. Now, the Hewett Machine Gun, the level 10 machine gun for the support class, if you have it, good for you. Unfortunately, it's not that great of a weapon, but it does get its first skin in Revision 4. It's a special level skin, and it's called Veteran Infantry, and it changes the wood stock to a much lighter, almost white color, and gives some sort of bronze highlights on certain parts of the weapon and adds sort of a worn out look to the barrel. It's an okay skin overall. In fact, I think the basic weapon skin might even look a little bit better. Either way, you're probably not going to see me using it much because the Hewett is not a particularly great gun. We then get our sixth skin for the Madsen MG machine gun. This one is called the Camouflage Veil. It looks like plaid to me. I'm really disappointed with the skins for this machine gun overall just because you can't really see them in game. Most of the detail is on the stock. I'm not crazy about this one. It's a special level skin. And for the most part, I think kind of a throwaway skin. Now, moving on to the Medic, we actually get two skins for the Selbstgelader 1906. Unfortunately, it's one of my least favorite guns in the game right now. Who knows, maybe DICE will balance this out later. The first skin is a special level skin. It gives the gun a white wooden body with some really nice copper finish to the metal. It's an elegant looking skin. I think definitely an upgrade from the basic gun, but the really cool skin is the Distinguished Level Falkenhayn that gives it a very cool dark wood body with silver metal highlights. This to me is sort of like the Warhorse skin for the BAR. It's just such an elegant looking skin. I love the look of these skins. They're only distinguished level, so they're not as hard to get, hopefully, than some of the legendary skins. And it looks great in game too. I wish this gun was better because then I would definitely run around with this awesome looking skin. Then we also get our first skin for the auto-loading 825. People actually really like this gun. I think it's an excellent medic weapon for sort of close-range combat. It's called the Brasilov skin, and it's actually a distinguished level skin, and it gives it a very cool look. Worn out but engraved wood stock with some cloth wrapped around it, a brass finish to all the metal parts. It's definitely an upgrade from the basic looking gun. There's even some engraving on the barrel of this weapon. I think this is an excellent distinguished level skin, and if you're a fan of this gun, you should definitely try and get it. Then we get our fourth skin for the Selbstgelader M1916, and this one is called Veteran Soldier. It's very basic, and it's very much in line with the other skins we've seen for this gun. I can't say I'm excited at all about this weapon skin. I've already got the distinguished level skin for the gun, so I probably won't be going back to any of the special skins. Ultimately, I'm kind of disappointed with some of the basic level skins for this gun, and I'm hoping to see much more from Distinguished and Legendary in the future. Moving on to the Assault class, we get our first skin for the Gasser M1870 Revolver, and this one actually gets a distinguished level skin called the Dragoon. I think it's excellent. I think it's really cool. The handle has got some awesome detailing on it. Unfortunately, you're not going to see any of that detail in game, obviously, because you're going to be holding the gun, but at least looks cool in the menu. Then there's some cool engraving on the gun barrel itself. It's got a nice brass finish to the weapon. I think this is definitely a nice level skin, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do with this gun. It's a really cool looking pistol. Very, very old school. Not necessarily the best assault class sidearm, but I like it nonetheless. Now we also get our first skin for the 12 gauge automatic shotgun. This is a special level skin called the Royal Order, and it gives the gun a completely different look with a nice sort of copper metallic finish and a much lighter wood stock and wood furniture. It's even got some really nice copper engraving towards the back of the gun. I think this is an excellent special level skin. It seems more on the level of a distinguished level skin almost, especially compared to some of the other guns' special level skins. So definitely a good skin if you enjoy this shotgun. We then also get the exact same visual treatment with the Automatico M1918 SMG. Again, we've seen a lot of cool skins for this gun in the game. It's not that different, and it certainly doesn't beat out the distinguished level skin that we got in Revision 3. I think overall it's a nice looking skin. If you get it, then it's an upgrade. But if you got that distinguished skin already from last battle pack, you're probably not going back. The Model 10A shotgun is also getting its 5th skin. This is just a special level skin, nothing too crazy to it. It's called Camouflage Shroud. It's very similar to the Frommerstopp camo we saw with this revision. And it's subtle. If you like subtle skins with just some very subtle tiger striping to it, then you might appreciate this skin. If you want something a little bit more out there or a little bit more recognizable, then it's probably not going to interest you. And that pretty much concludes all the skins from Revision 4. I really hope we don't see any more duplicates in the future until we come full circle around back to Revision 1, assuming that's what DICE's plan is with the Battle Pack system. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap signing up.